Hi, my name is Serena Virgi. These past 10 months, I've been a program assistant at the Pittsburgh Association for the Education of Young Children, or PACE for short. I was also a member of the Public Allies Sharpsburg Team Service Project Group. During this program, I have learned to better understand my weaknesses, and by doing so, learning what my strengths are. One of the first things we did as public allies was take an assessment that gave us some insight into our working style. And mine said that my typical working pattern was to be a perfectionist. And my first reaction was, there's no way I'm a perfectionist, which is a very perfectionist-like reaction to have to that statement. So my idea of a perfectionist was someone who was a type A personality, someone who was always put together and got really upset if something went wrong or didn't go as planned. So because of this perception, I didn't see how this personality profile was supposed to help me at all or give me any sort of insight into my working style, so I quickly dismissed it. But then a few months into the Public Allies program, I found this assessment in a folder and took a closer look at what it was saying and realized that it was actually a really useful tool to better understand myself. It listed many traits that I had originally perceived as negative attributes, such as being cautious in new situations or disliking ambiguity. I recognized these traits in myself and became frustrated because I thought that they were holding me back. But the more I thought about these traits, I realized that they were actually leading me to my talents. One piece of insight that the profile gave me was the perfectionists tend to dislike ambiguity. And many times during Public Allies, we were intentionally given situations where we had little directions on projects with the intent of us giving us an opportunity to be creative, thoughtful, and to grow as leaders. But because of this ambiguity and my natural inclination to be a little intimidated by it, it oftentimes made me feel like holding back because I didn't know what to expect or what was expected of me. I drew away from conversations and let others take the lead. And I grew more and more frustrated with myself because I wanted to contribute and to learn and to grow, and yet I felt so withdrawn. But the strength that I found in these situations was that it actually taught me how to be a very patient person. I found myself in situations more where I got to genuinely listen to others and ask lots of questions, which led to opportunities for really successful partnerships. The other attribute that I thought wasn't very positive was being cautious in new situations. I had always wished that I could make decisions more quickly without overthinking tasks or taking things too seriously. In our team service project in Sharpsburg, our team had to make a lot of decisions about the direction of our project while we were still learning a lot about the community that we were working in. The premise of our project was to hold an event that could build up the community of Sharpsburg while keeping the assets of the community in mind. When deciding what to do, our team spent a lot of time making sure that our project really was going to serve the needs of the community and could be sustained after our service year was done. And during these beginning phases of our project, I was really hesitant to speak up for fear of suggesting something that would lead to the worst case scenario, which would be a project that wasn't well received by the community and would end up in a complete disaster. While our team used many resources and methods to make sure that what we were doing was always based off the needs and assets of the community, one skill that I found strength in was talking to community members through interviews and surveys. Our project's main target audience was the youth of Sharpsburg, so I collected information from the youth in the form of a survey during a community movie night. Through analyzing these surveys and talking to the youth there, I found common threads in what kind of events the youth would be interested in and used this tangible information to advocate for making decisions that accurately reflected what the youth of Sharpsburg actually wanted. By obtaining this concrete information, I felt well equipped to make suggestions in ambiguous situations that I really wanted to make sure went successfully. This also paralleled what I was doing at PACE, and I was able to build upon these database skills where I was given the opportunity to learn and practice analytic skills on a variety of evaluation projects. I found that between my experiences in these two, so at Pacey, I analyzed surveys, interviewed people that attended our events, and gained more knowledge about the teachers that Pacey works with, which was the absolute best way that I learned about the early childhood education field and the daily work and struggles of teachers. I found that between my experiences in these two work environments, I really enjoyed and am good at working on data-driven projects, because it's a direct way that I get to inform myself about the communities or groups of people that I'm working with. Throughout my 10 months as a public ally, I've become more self-aware of my strengths, which would not have been possible if I hadn't faced and understood what I perceived as weaknesses. This introspection helped me better understand myself both personally and professionally. I found that my skills and leadership style involved me not always being the first person to leap up and take action, but rather waiting and taking a more detailed look at situations. Thanks.